When Tootsie Rolls are all I see.
Hey guys!
Oh,
Hey!
We didn't see you there.
Whoa!
I have no clue what that was either. That was definitely not planned.
That was a sound, though, that you might hear in a Michael Bay movie.
And when you hear that sound during our podcast, you could win the big prize. So make sure you listen to the whole thing.
It's a smackaroo from this guy. You get high fives.
One just. Oh yeah, I didn't.
High five to your
Nice.
face. High five to your face with his fist. And this what this movie was really.
Yeah, like it's.
We burned after
this movie
watching
made us aggressive.
6 Underground.
So, wait,
guys.
let's just say this movie was so terrible, right? So,
We classed it
we're
up.
going to class it up. Yeah, we just got some of your finest foods.
This is not brought to you by Gentleman Jack, but we do have.
I think you
some-
might be surprised on my thoughts of this. You guys are all condemning it as
I am.
terrible.
Right?
But
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Prost.
I'll be very surprised.
That's not bad. That's actually better than regular Jack, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's for gentlemen, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I am a man of refined shirts.
And I have a penis.
Guys,
She does. It's in the closet.
Yeah, so.
Netflix did a Michael Bay movie, guys, and it came out just as good as I thought it would.
Yeah.
If we're
I
being
mean,
honest.
just
Honestly,
about as good as you could have expected, yeah. Right?
I mean, let's just say it had the writing of a Michael Bay movie.
Mm-hmm.
It had the explosions
The
of a Michael
acting of a Michael Bay movie.
Bay movie. And the casting as well.
Yeah.
Just too many people. You're like, what? We don't. Okay.
Too many people.
Just,
It's like,
yeah,
no,
just
we don't
all.
need this.
I don't care
Everyone.
about
Oh,
most of these people.
oh, there's 4 generals.
Oh, this
And
person
would
is
be-
still on the screen.
Okay,
Okay,
fine,
great.
okay.
Okay.
That guy
Oh.
died. I forgot he had died.
This
Okay,
person-
well,
Characters
What?
you introduced, like, in the third act, and then you never saw again, and you're like, okay, that
Yeah.
was a person.
Or characters you
Yeah.
introduced in the first act, and then we're like, that's a person you're gonna see later, and then you see them one time later, and it's for not a reason you need to see
Yeah.
them for.
So,
Like cool.
Sure, sure.
That was
Sure.
that was me. That was
Um,
us watching the movie. Right?
so you guys, we watched Squirrel Team 6?
Squirrel Team 6.
Yeah,
This-
Seal
this-
Seal Squad.
Guys, we are picking
6.
good ones though, because it's 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
It sounds pretty good.
That's pretty on par with.
That's pretty
with
high
Half
for what I
Dog.
thought they would give this movie. So I mean,
So what's it called?
Guys, this
guys?
stars Ryan Reynolds.
Let's-
It's called
yes.
Six Underground.
he is a
6.
star of
Okay.
this movie.
Yeah, Ryan fucking Reynolds.
And I would I say arguably he's the best part.
Can
of
you
this
name
movie.
another person in this movie?
Dave Franco. Kiss my heart.
Okay, third person in this movie.
It's with Allison Brie, but he's married to her. So.
Can you name a third person in this movie?
The guy with the nose, that blonde lady, the blonde French lady. I think she's French.
She was a
Icelandic
CIA
lady.
operative that was not from America.
Oh, and Adria Arjona.
She was a CIA
who
operative
is
that was not from America.
doctor.
Yeah, sure.
You don't have to be from America to be a CIA for that.
Yes, I think
Sure.
you do. I would beg to differ this.
Put it in the comments, okay, guys?
Somebody look
Anyone
this
that
up.
knows about operatives or the CIA.
I
Oh, she's
honestly
CIA
can't think of
spook,
anyone
that's what they
else
call
who's
her,
in
the
this
spook.
movie.
Okay, so I have listed everything.
Okay,
if
well,
I
let's pull
talk
that
about-
up.
Okay, so guys, it starts out. The movie starts with there's 6 people. They're
Doing some mission.
driving
of
a
some sort.
car and they're yelling at each
Lots
other.
of driving.
They're
So-
stealing something, and this is like the chase scene.
This scene goes on for too fucking
They
long.
kind of exposition what they're. It was literally 30 minutes of the movie.
It was like
It's literally 30
ridiculously
minutes.
long.
It's a fourth of the movie.
So many things to say.
But first, let me give the numbers so we all
Okay.
know. What we're, so
Alright,
if you want to mention my number, we're going to talk about. So,
Okay.
so one guy's is the billionaire.
Yeah.
That's a Ryan Reynolds character. He's really rich.
Do you know why he's a billionaire?
We find out later something about magnets.
Magnets.
There's magnets.
He made
Yeah.
small magnets.
He's a genius who makes
micro
magnets.
magnets. The Tesla uses
Oh. You guys, we also have to explain that we get like actual animated intros for all of these people. Not just like, like you find out who they are. There's like, hey, guess what? Number 1.
It was like
I'm
an
number
origin
1.
story for all of them.
Yeah.
them. Well, yeah, and then they just randomly just see like a 3 show up on the screen. Like, okay, this is about 3, and like the first time you're like, okay, is this like Act 2? And they're like, oh no, they're talking about 2.
You
Who
mean
is the
3
CIA
Skywalker? Is that or is that
no, 3's the Hitman. Man, come on,
Okay, all right.
get good, okay?
Damn it! I should have wrote these down.
No, Matt, 4 is the Skywalker.
Yeah.
5 is the doctor. 6 is the driver. 7 is I didn't see what he was. The operator, I think.
Mm-mm. Simon is the guy they get later.
Well, I know, but
That's right. 6 Underground guys. There's 7.
kind of. Not at once, man. Okay.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Shut up, man.
Dumb.
Shut
That's
up.
dumb.
Shit.
You
Just
get a
make it
new
number
number
6.
now. You get
6
a
is
new-
dead.
yeah.
Long live 6. You're 6
Also,
now.
wouldn't you need another driver? Like,
Yeah, the operator guy can do it all, man. He's like fucking doing it all.
the operator? I don't think that was
Actually,
his
no,
name.
they didn't.
Skywalker can't.
They didn't
He
drive.
walks in the sky.
Actually, they didn't drive. They didn't drive. If you notice, they didn't really drive after that, except in that one scene at the end. And then
The
Yeah.
hitman was driving.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did though love Skywalker because when I first saw him, I was like, Ilya, it's Ilya.
He looks like Ilya Dragunov from
Dragunov
UK.
from
NXT UK.
He's
He's so far
wrestler.
behind.
He's a little
He's so far
wrestler,
behind.
and he's just got those blue eyes, and it just.
Dude, he's
His
the
finger
reason you need to watch
was
NXT UK. Just
Yeah.
watch Ilya Dragunov.
But anyway, he was a free runner and also did other things. Like you never learned how.
What were
they
the other
learned
things?
how to do things.
Explain
or where
the other
those
things he
came
did.
from. Yeah, drove or
No,
talked.
okay, so
talked a lot.
I watched this twice, so that's how I know.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did you watch it twice?
Because we tried to watch it like legitimately. That's why I picked it for the right after watching. We made it through the first part of this, and we're just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I'm a professional. I'm a consummate professional.
First an
veteran.
asshole.
yeah.
You just watch this movie.
Yeah.
Again, refer to my shirt. I literally wrote the first note about him is who the fuck is parkour guy?
The Skywalker.
What the
I'm
fuck
like,
is
I-
parkour guy
honestly,
doing? Well,
Skywalker.
for a little bit, they're just showing him like on the building, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm on the building."
but also they're
Everyone else in
driving
the car.
around through somewhere in Italy.
A piazza, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just driving around, and
Yeah.
he somehow.
Yeah, they're
Gets
gonna
to where they
obviously
are?
they're gonna drive right past like the whatever church he was standing on, cathedral or whatever.
That made me fucking feel.
Yeah.
You know what he was
this
doing?
movie.
You know what he's doing, guys? Okay, so this is what he's doing. He
Okay.
was spotted. Because a couple times he was like, "Oh, there's a car. This car is
Also, he
coming
has really
this
good
way."
eyes. He can,
Yes.
he can
Oh.
parkour and he has really good eyes.
He's basically like, you know,
Okay,
you got to
sure.
drive through this path, and then we'll get
When
rid
he's
of
on
the
top
guys
of
that
some
are
like
following.
basilica or something. He's standing there.
Yeah.
But
And
like-
he runs. He like slides on the basilica.
Fuck
kind of.
you.
Like, okay.
Oh, you guys, real quick, could just start at
He's
the
that
beginning of
good
the
at
movie. At the
parkour.
very first scene of the
Beginning
movie,
There goes.
where Ryan Reynolds is like, "This is when I died." Just first thing you see
He's
right
like
on
Red
his
Bull
helmet
flute
is the
talking.
fucking Red Bull, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, perfect metaphor. You're just like, here it is. This is this movie.
This
You're gonna
guy is
shove
Red
it down
Bull.
your fucking
There-
throat.
There's a
We're like-
lot. There's a lot of just random
Product
dumb
placement.
Product
cameos.
placement. Oh my god, it's
And,
amazing.
and it's not all American stuff, so like some of it's like Italian.
Some of the
weird
watches?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like weird
There's also
watches.
Aviation Gym.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I did, actually every time I put Captain
So-
Morgan's shitty banners.
That was
and-
probably his
They're gonna Captain
contract.
Morgan's.
That's probably his contract.
So yeah,
I'm bad, I
so
have some
this
Captain
crazy
Morgan.
long car
Fuck you.
chase
Yeah.
that's like this intro to like show how terrible their last job was or whatever, right?
It went wrong, guys.
So I tried to start counting things up because I realized it was just one long scene, and I was like, okay. So we got through 45 people at least died, but that we could definitely like argue died. 10 cars demolished at least, and 4 background songs. The scene was so long that it had 4 background songs as a
It
background
was
for
long.
the chase scene.
And like 2 of them were by shitty Nickelback. Like it wasn't even Nickelback. It was like a shittier version.
Played
of Nickelback.
Muse.
Oh,
a
he
bunch of
loves
Muse.
Muse. Apparently, Michael Bay is a huge
Yeah.
Muse
I don't know
fan.
if he's like
So,
buddies
yeah.
with the lead singer Muse or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm sure you noticed too that in this movie, Michael Bay basically was like, I like all of these other things, and I'm just gonna take parts from them and put them in this movie because it's gonna be my movie. So I also added that up, and I feel like you guys will agree. Ocean's movies, The Italian Job, Final Destination, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, The Avengers, Medea movies, Batman, Schindler's List, The Matrix, James Bond, Blade Runner, The Sixth Sense, Breaking Bad, Titanic, and Team America World Police.
American.
This was Team America World Police
Yeah.
live action.
Yeah,
mostly.
seriously.
I think it's the live action Team American World Police we were waiting for.
Right?
I thought this felt like he played like 48 hours of Grand Theft Auto Online, and it was like, let's make this a movie now. Like,
Right.
oh, the heist! I love the heist.
Including everybody being on a
But
fucking
also like white people just trying to do their best to help the world, you know, and the world just saying, you know, no, we're brown dictators and we won't take white people helping.
the worst
our
dictator in the
people.
world, by the way. We can say that, right?
Right.
Because like he is legitimately mustache twirly, like I'm gonna kill my people. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't. It means you don't have a country.
It's just a fear.
Like
The
a
fear
crazy
keeps them
person.
alive.
Yeah, like I should just kill all these people with like bioweapons. Like, okay, that
Yeah,
doesn't
sure.
sound good.
Oh, also, like
It's not gonna work.
bioweapons that he lets out when there are like white Americans in this place. Literally the
Like,
dumbest
all you need
fucking
is one
thing he
one
could
American
do.
man. You're in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, and
You're in trouble,
Ryan
sir.
Reynolds was like one of the richest Americans like ever who just happened to be there, and then he bombs these people with this gas. None of this movie made sense.
That's why you get
None
got.
of it. We were halfway through this, and I'm like, I think Southland Tales made more sense than this movie.
It had a more coherent story.
There's somewhere there was a storyboard with a story for this movie.
Yeah.
It was not in the movie.
Yeah.
No, All that was deleted.
I feel like it was written by Zack Snyder. That's what the problem was.
So I love the whole theme of that, like, oh, if you die, you're free to do whatever the fuck you want to do. And I'm like, yeah, if you're a fucking billionaire.
Yeah.
Like,
Just have your own billionaire, guys.
also, I love how he was like, you leave everything behind, and it's like, yeah, so if you had debt, like, your family has to take care of that. Like, also, if you have family, they think you're dead and have to deal with that. Like,
Get over it.
fuck? No, but then at the
That's
end of the
definitely
movie,
a white person thinking though.
then he comes back
Like a
at the
rich
end of the
white
movie
person.
because then he realizes he has a son, apparently, right? And then he's like, wait, I don't want to be dead anymore because I have to leave everything to my son.
When I saw that, I was just like, I think because that's the payoff at the end of the movie. You're
Right.
like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I think Michael Bay. This is loosely based on his life.
Yeah.
Also, like, we're positing that he had sex with this woman once and got her pregnant,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
left her.
I feel like maybe they had a relationship,
Maybe
but you don't get to know that.
you don't get
Yeah.
to see that.
No.
It's not.
You have no feelings for this woman.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she's certainly Michael Bay's type, for sure.
Can we talk about the two T-shirts that were featured in the film that were clearly
Yes.
Michael Bay's personal collection? The Man, the Legend, and it's Britney Bitch. I'm pretty sure he owns both of those T-shirts and was like, "Here, wear these in my movie. You know, I want to show these off."
The Man
They're
of
really cool
Legend
guys."
was put out by Spencer's like in 2004.
Yeah, seriously.
So
Also,
the fact that somebody even has that T-shirt still is amazing.
they're in Turkestan, so
yeah.
okay.
Probably like big there now.
Carl Urbanist.
Like Venus is the legend.
And that scene had probably the worst payoff for me in the whole. I was just like,
Who is this kid? What?
the big goon dude. Okay.
Oh, that guy.
No, the Man of Legend thing. I was just like,
Well, no, and then the whole scene where he's fighting with the guy, like he was the one chasing him, like up the building.
That
and,
guy,
yeah.
that like big motherfucker caught you. You're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
good at parkour.
Yeah.
Also, how was
Yeah.
he the only guy that caught? Like this guy was a superhuman.
Yeah.
He's probably not dead.
No.
when
Yeah.
he went. Even if he got shot, he's probably
Yeah.
still alive. Like he chased this guy down who is supposedly the best at parkour or something.
Yeah.
Like
And
if you would have said Shazam and turned to a little boy, I would have been like, I'm on
Oh,
to you.
hey, you guys, remember the really clever scene where they used laughing gas? You know, laughing gas?
because Michael Bay does not know what laughing gas does.
It makes you laugh.
He doesn't know. He has no clue. I'm like, are these just the fucking Joker? What just
My
happened?
brain just exchanged the Joker toxin. And I was
Yeah.
cool. Put a smile on
But
your
then
face.
the hitman's
See?
like part of his
Batman.
mask fell off.
She was
Somehow,
wearing green and pink.
He didn't like check his mask before he
Yeah.
went in there, and his part of his mask fell off.
Mm.
Yeah, no, he's an idiot. I think they established that he's
But
a
like,
fucking
you still
idiot.
check your shit, man, right? Like
Also,
this is
like-
the worst team.
Like, he was
of,
not a good hitman.
This is the worst secret team
No.
of all time.
So I wrote that they bought these at like discount gas mask store, but then in the very same like scene, he gets hit in the head with a bullet.
Yeah, and it's bulletproof.
A high caliber bullet.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because it's basically like a mix of a gas mask and one of those
Yeah.
mercenary masks, like a merc mask.
Just so you know, high caliber bullet, 15 caliber, would have went through there. But even if it didn't, the shockwave would have still went through there. Brain.
No, but remember
Bullets are 98%
that guy
accurate.
was
Yeah,
such
it
an
wouldn't-
amazing shot. He knew just the right angle and like speed to shoot it at that it wouldn't like kill his friend.
He's
just,
not good
you
at a
know,
sniper.
Just
That's
bunk
why
him in
they
the
should
head.
have let him shoot guys.
Right.
So everyone's got like a damage,
Someone
like some
would've let him
damage.
shoot.
Everyone's got a little damage.
Okay.
Let's talk about the damage.
I want to
guys.
talk about his scene because his scene was fucking fantastic. It's like, oh, I gotta save these guys. Like, don't take the shot. It's like it says the U and the N are backwards
Yeah,
on
do
this
it.
van.
Yeah.
Because so you can see it with that mirror. Everyone knows that. So you put it on there.
Well, it looked at the top of the van and they are 100% backwards. Who made this? Like,
Yeah.
somebody's like, that's fine. Just drive. They're fall for it.
Dark Muhammad Jihad,
And then
you
they
know,
did
like,
fall
We're
for it.
brown. We're brown. It's okay. Like no,
We
stop.
are with NU.
Michael Bay, you can like racism. The racism you bring was left in the
Yeah.
90s. Please
Yeah.
stop.
It's so racist.
Well, Turkestan, I mean, alone
Yeah.
was.
Turkestan.
Turkestan alone was like, okay, we shouldn't be watching this on TV.
You guys are
Oh,
real
So
assholes.
you guys, we have to talk about like the females in this movie though, because like
Strong
there was
females.
such a it's so strong,
Hey,
really
one of
strong
them-
female
One of
leads.
them didn't have a sex scene. One of them.
That's true.
And she also wore
And-
a green dress with
Right.
a pink mask.
So and there was the
But she
Um,
was
Like a
sexy.
Fortnite
there was the
character.
blonde,
It's like she
right?
was full Fortnite.
there was a
basically.
blonde and then there was a brunette. So there was
But she was Hispanic, so it's okay.
so
Guys, racially diverse cast. Hashtag
Yeah,
racial
sure.
disgust.
I mean,
Yeah, she goes like, "Those no black guy." And then
I was like, finally,
There
there's
you
the
go.
black guy.
Nice
Here's
space
the guy.
gay, brother. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, hey.
But I mean, two Hispanics, so you know that was.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom shakalaka.
I wrote so much about
Well,
the first 30 minutes of
One
this
is
season
Hispanic, the other one is from Spain, I think.
because it was like an orgy of Michael Bay shit. Like, not only shit blowing up, but there's just like shit going on. Like, first of all, people not reacting to a car and explosions, like just like kind of
Cool
walking
guys
around.
going
There's like a
like
mime doing a
explosions,
mime thing at
yeah.
one point.
Yeah.
Like, there's already been several explosions in the city. Like, even if you're a mile away, you hear an explosion. And you go, what the fuck? And this mime's like, I'm doing a mime thing still, like 10 minutes into this chase scene. Also, just the orgy of blood, okay, I get it. I get what you do, Michael Bay. But then the eyeball scene,
Oh,
which
God.
I don't even...
The eyeball
What
creatures.
were they doing? He
There
was
was
doing
so
something on his
much-
No, he
phone?
unlocked the phone as a
There
retinal
was
scanner.
so
Come on,
much
dude.
unnecessary violence.
retinal
Why?
scanner.
Why?
So they can
Why?
get the location of the
First of all,
generals.
there was gore all over
God.
his eye. There's
Yeah.
gore on it, okay?
Well, no, basically that phone, and this is something they tell you much later. That phone it basically has all the stuff for all the bad guys
Right?
on the phone.
So it's a MacGuffin.
Yeah, obviously.
You have no MacGuffin.
because of course that guy's a bad guy. The guy who's eyeballs because he's always plays bad guy in every movie he's in,
Mm-hmm.
including movies we've watched before.
Corporate after watching?
Yeah, I think wasn't he in? No. I'm sorry, he was in John Wick Into our Parabellum.
Oh,
He was in TikTok
John
Man,
Wick,
was he?
that also
He
should
was
have
the
been.
TikTok man.
Also should have
That's
been.
Jason
Yes.
Mantzoukas, TikTok man.
I would have. I think it would have. This movie would have gone much higher in my opinion.
If Jason Mantzoukas was in this movie, yes.
What if Jason Mantzoukas had played one of the female roles?
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
The doctor.
He could have done any less than they did.
Yeah.
Like for me, for any of the stuff in there.
Let's talk
Garbage.
about when Ryan Reynolds' phone kept breaking, so he couldn't use
That
the
fucking
magnet
scene.
correctly.
The special magnet. Thing,
Also,
like,
just the magnet thing in general was fun. I was like, what the
dude,
fuck?
you are a billionaire that has some sort of $1 billion app that can make fucking magnets magnetize. Get a better phone. Like, get a tough phone. Get the iPhone tough. There's gotta be something.
Get
to do,
like a
you know.
honored
Also-
box. Get an honored box.
Yeah,
Did you guys know that when you're using a magnet, it makes these really deep sounds? It's like,
Well, I think
It's
they're
like
trying-
dubstep.
I think they were trying to say that they're sound activated or some bullshit, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's just, at this point, I was at that point of the movie because that's so late in the movie. They're just like because halfway through the movie they introduced that he's not only a billionaire but he's a genius.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah, he was like fixing some random thing and like. how the
Also,
fuck does he know
he's
to
like
fix
a
that?
Krav Maga expert at some
Yeah.
point, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's
Well,
like,
somebody goes,
Amazing.
"Where did
Yes.
you learn that?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, he's a billionaire. That's so probably."
Then the
Yeah.
question is not answered and promptly dropped.
You
I
guys,
just figured it was Arturo Ruiz. That's what I figured.
it's time that we need to discuss how little we enjoyed
He's like
Ryan Reynolds in this movie. Because he was supposed to be the charming, funny, but also
He
kind of serious.
was dry
but, like,
fucking toast for half it, and the other half he was like trying out Deadpool lines, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of
You
here!"
can tell exactly when he was on script and when he was not on script in this movie because, like, he'd be like, "Hey, here's a funny winger, and I'll hit it off my shoulder." You're
Yeah.
like, okay, what?
And it was like, "Oh, a blue remark of some sort."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Cool."
That's the Ryan Reynolds I know. It's way too late for this though.
Yeah, you already established that you're fucking dry toast, and I that's all you've established. You've established nothing
And
else.
then after that they're like, "Oh, Andy's a genius," and you're like,
But
Sure.
none of these characters have their traits are earned. Like none of them. Like
"Well, no, because they're all
Dave
one
Franco's
note.
driver is sort of a good driver, I guess.
He's a driver. Yeah. That's,
Also,
I mean,
he picks a neon fucking green Bugatti as their getaway car.
he also conservatively murders just by himself with that car several people.
oh yeah, 45
Murders them
people.
horribly. Like, he
45.
would definitely be wanted for murder of innocent people.
With a neon green Bugatti.
Also, one of my favorite things about that 30-minute first scene was that there's just no continuity with that fucking car. Like things get knocked off the car to the back. And
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about when he hit
No, he
Yeah.
knocked off one of the rearview mirrors, and then it was back on again, and I was like,
literally the next shot. I was like, okay. And then
literally
Is that
first
for a
5
while?
minutes of the movie, right?
Come
No,
on, just
I love my favorite
script
part.
supervisor.
My
come
favorite
on.
part was when he decides to drive into a building, just knowing he'll be
Yeah.
able to drive
But
through
guys,
like an entire fucking
he's
building.
smashing statues and they're famous things.
No, but-
Oh
All these rooms were big enough, and the doorways were big enough that he could fit a fucking car through them.
no!
Like,
Yeah. It's Italy, man. Italy's all like just
Yeah.
big,
just
big-
wide open
Oh.
spaces in the building.
You guys,
Yeah.
you've seen like the Pantheon? Is that the one in Italy? Pantheon? It's big. It's huge.
sure.
That's Greece.
Parthenon? No, the
Parthenon.
Parthenon's Greece.
Colosseum.
Okay, there you go. Even better. I don't know if that's big enough. It's big. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's like
pretty
big.
Anyway, this movie was redonkulous.
Okay, what else are we gonna say about this movie?
Yeah, let's.
Mustache Twirly villain. Let's talk about Mustache Twirly villain.
Oh,
President of Kyrgyzstan.
yeah. No, his acting level was like Birdemic level.
100%.
Like he was terrible.
No, I thought you meant 100% the
No,
best
I
actor. in the
actually thought he was one of the better actors in
I
the
did
movie.
too.
I thought
It's
it
because he
was
was
terrible.
garbage, but like
But he
that-
knew he was
funny
garbage. Like I think he just was a person.
I think he
who
took
was
his script
garbage.
and he ran with it. I was
Yeah.
like, all right.
Because he's probably like he did. First of all, he looked like they made him up a little bit to be a little more Browning with like
Yeah,
maybe an Italian dude playing that. I didn't see
yeah.
who the actor was.
I feel like this guy was in 24, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like he was the guy in 24 that
Jack
was
Bauer
like,
definitely took
yeah,
this
yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah,
out
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah. He definitely tasered this guy's balls.
Lior Ross. Okay, so maybe he is some sort of. But he's not. No, he's Israeli. So no,
He
he's
definitely
not.
got his balls tasered by Jack Bauer. I can 100% tell you that.
Do you think he's like cousins with some movie producer or something?
He was in things like Fauda and
Sure.
Operation Finale. Oh, he's in Mary Magdalene, the movie.
Mm.
As Mary Magdalene?
Yeah.
Brad, after watching Mary Magdalene the movie.
I don't know, watch it.
So I didn't recognize like I don't think anyone else. Maybe the I don't know. Was that guy Spanish or Mexican? Yeah, because his mom was in New Mexico, so he was American, but of like his like Mexican descent.
Are you talking about 3?
Yeah,
Remember
Yavi.
Garcia Rolfo?
Javid, right? Javid, that guy.
Sure, close
He's
enough.
like, you gonna come meet my mom?
You
This
remember their
relationship
names?
has barely had a chance to evolve whatsoever, but like, you're gonna come meet my mom, right? And she's like, sure. I'm a CIA operative, but yeah.
They had a full section. You know what would have made her character better is if she said she was a CIA operative every time they said something about her. She's like,
Mhm.
I can do that because I'm a CIA operative.
I love that the doctor's only contribution was the thing in the beginning where she's pulling the
Yeah.
bullets out of the CIA lady.
No, she like stood by a car.
No,
for, like
like I
30
said, only,
minutes.
only
She-
contribution.
She
Stood
dropped.
by a car for
No,
30
she
minutes.
dropped like the laughing gas. Remember? So.
Yes, because doctors can administer gas.
Mhm.
It's like, this is my special blend of
No,
Nottingham.
remember she said she had actually had a line where she's like, "Oh, this guy's a great dentist. I stole a bunch of laughing gas from him." It's
Yeah,
like, what?
There's one other person you know in this movie, by the way, Mike. He was in the funeral scene.
Mm.
Ron goddamn Funches was in this movie.
Oh no!
Yeah.
For no reason.
I did write that. I
No
wrote
reason.
on Society.
Yep.
No, because he was the brother of Seven
Yeah,
or his cousin or something.
it was the Medea movies part of the movie.
Um,
They just had to get as much as they could into this movie, right?
and not, but like it just felt like there's maybe like 20 writers, and they all like I think it might be saying here's a spot for my piece, here's a spot for my
Yeah,
piece.
nothing was coherent at all. None of these characters had any earned background. Like, it's like, oh, this guy had one issue in the army, so
Oh,
now
no.
he's...
He was like, Yavid's mother was like, you did bad things, and then it shows him killing a dad, and the little girl's like, I don't have a mom.
Shit.
That was some of the real acting.
But also,
in the movie.
Seven,
Yeah.
when he kills himself, he falls in the water,
Okay.
and he's floating. Like, I'm like, so nobody pulled him out?
Yeah.
Like, he just jumped in the water. He didn't, like, fucking, like, weight himself down. He's floating in the water. Just, how does that end up with him dying?
He's
No.
dead. You just like oh, he's dead. I'm like,
Like, he's too far out.
I
Died.
can't swim.
Yeah. Can you swim? I can't either. Oh, my... Oh.
It was a terrible movie, you guys.
Let's see what else.
Brought to you by Aviation Gym,
Oh.
Gym, of course.
Yeah.
And Chopard watches.
Mm.
Chopard. Chopard? Chopard?
Show
Chopard? Chopard?
There's a lot of idle threats in this movie. If I die, you die. Didn't
Oh.
happen.
I love when the
Saying snatch is tight, by the way.
oh God. I love when the dictator like throws those guys like off of his giant building to splatter on the ground below.
Because I don't
The
trust
other
them because they
generals.
are the ones that are next in line.
Yeah.
Most
So
from
you
this-
people are the ones
Yeah.
I trust. And like,
That makes no sense.
Which you killed all of our leadership.
so
Oh!
all of our leadership died, so then you killed the next people that would be the smartest.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Who knew the next like
Guys,
the next
Dictator's a dumb, yo, right?
Yeah.
Like,
dictators be dictatoring.
And then they introduced that one lady from like the private investigation place or
And
whatever.
then she never, there's no fucking payoff
Yeah.
for that. I was like, what? Oh, she's
She's
gonna be a
just
part
like,
of this movie.
these are the people who were looking for you.
yeah.
I'll see you later, goodbye.
When I find them all, you can get them.
Yeah.
There'll be a scene where you get them. Never mind, bye. Didn't have my keep at all in this one. All I got now going back to sweeping chimneys. That's what she did. Actually, that was the deleted scene you guys missed.
Yeah.
If you watch after the credits.
Also, at one point in that big pool,
Oh my god.
That
yeah.
that house thing.
That is conservatively one man got some
Yeah,
water.
Yeah.
it has like an ocean's amount of
Is
water.
this like a fucking what is this? The goddamn ductworks?
Yeah.
The aqueduct?
Yeah, like he shoots. The pool was small. You could see how
Yes!
small the pool was.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden there is 8 million gallons of
I
water.
was
No,
so
It
confused.
went through the floor and then out the other side. I'm like, no, what?
I was so
pouring people with it.
confused.
Yeah.
I was
Oh
like,
my
what is
God.
happening?
But also, Skywalker has 3 bullets at one point. He's like, I got 3 bullets left. I'm like, you just killed 14 fucking people.
Yeah.
Go pick
Yeah.
up one of their guns.
you can do flippies.
What I
Go
love, no,
flipping at one of
what
their
I
guns.
love is
You're
that
like Eddie Gordo and Tekken when
is
you're on the
when
combos.
he's
Just press
like-
the buttons.
is
There's
when
an
he's
Uzi
like,
right
oh,
there.
he's like, I'm not gonna make it, and it's like, isn't this what you fucking
Oh,
do? This
when
is
he was
like your
getting
whole-
punched in the face, and he's like, I'm good, like
Yeah.
getting killed over here. He's just getting punched though.
Yeah.
He's just getting.
Well, he's not a fighter.
And Ryan
guys.
Reynolds has to like run over
Not a
from like the
fighter.
other side of the ship, and then shoots him, and he's
But-
like gets up and he's fine.
But babe, the whole point
Yeah.
is that Ryan Reynolds cares now.
Yeah, that's the point. It was
Cares.
it was his Joseph Campbell's
Cares about-
journey.
Yeah, because before he was gonna leave him behind.
It was his Joseph Campbell's hero journey, man.
That's his name? I
shitting on it.
I kept
Joseph
thinking of
Campbell.
Cleavers.
No, Joseph Campbell is.
No, he kept saying his last name was Cleavers, and I'm like, no, it's like Leave It to Beaver, the
Yeah.
Cleaver.
Yeah.
Well, because he goes Carvers, he goes Cleavers. I was like, is that his name? I don't know.
No, he
I don't
just
fucking
loves
care
Beaver.
either, though.
They
That's
don't
the
list
thing.
their real names. They
Yeah.
didn't say their real names at one point.
Oh, yeah.
was the one guy.
No.
Blaine Carvers.
Yeah, can
That's
we
his
talk
name.
about the fact that Ryan Reynolds' character also like kept calling them millennials, and it's like, what are you, a boomer? Like, what the fuck?
I got you.
He's like early Gen X.
No.
Yeah, I
He was looking gray. He was very gray.
yeah, because he's getting old, man. He's
Yeah.
in his fucking.
I mean, but we are
mid-thirties.
too. I don't want him to get old because then I get old.
Yeah, I hate to tell you.
Then I'm gonna look like fucking well, like I'm in Syriana or something, like George Clooney's character.
Dude, I would love to look at George Clooney in Serial. He looked fucking dope in that movie. Snatch and grab means the same thing. I thought was one of the. There was a couple funny lines in this, and that was, I thought that
No,
was
there
funny.
wasn't. Where are those lines?
Snatch and grab it.
That's
Snatch and grab
funny.
is the same thing. They do. It's an observation like don't handle shit, flush it down the toilet. I was like,
Oh my god, yeah.
That's a Michael Bay wrote that. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself. Day off. And then he like just walked out of the room without
End
pants on.
scene. And like we're still filming.
Also,
so
can
end
you-
scene.
Michael, can you put on pants? It's for the last time. It's weird.
Like, any ladies want to come in my room with me?
Your penis is so tan. It's odd. I don't like it.
I only tan my penis. You heard it here first. Michael Bay only tans his penis.
He like launched a jet strike on his people at one point.
Oh
He
my
killed a
God.
guy. Like that was another thing, a crazy thing he did.
How about like the sinking yacht Titanic scene where it's just like what? Okay, sure, yeah.
And there was
Now
no
this is
consequences to
happening.
the yacht sinking either. It
But
was just
also,
like,
there's
it's
just
sinking. We're gonna get
An
up.
easy
We're
button
gonna
on his phone that someone could press by mistake and make the
Right.
yacht blow up.
Wow. Also, the helicopter that was there. I guess
Well,
someone's plan was to get that helicopter there. Also, the brother could fly the helicopter, which I thought was
Yeah.
interesting. He's like, dictator brother also fly helicopters. And you're like, oh, okay. I feel like that's a hard thing to do that you need
Now-
like years of practice to get.
I can say easily, I hated this movie. But
But what did you
it
love?
still
about
was as bad as Yoga Hosers.
mm-mm.
Was it as bad as RoboCop?
It was.
They've all been
God
so
damn
bad.
it.
Dead or Alive, or Come With Me.
It was worse than RoboCop. It was worse.
Wow.
That's saying a lot, but it was RoboCop. At least had a semi-coherent story. They were trying something. This had no fucking
Yeah,
story.
the story was written in the 80s. They should have.
The story made no sense. Like, it was insanity. It was almost like Southland Tales insanity, where it was like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on right now?
Hey,
Yeah.
so next time, why don't we just knock off a casino?
Well,
Yeah, fuck you.
I thought they should have all jumped in the air and they should have
Yeah.
frozen John
Might as
Woo
well.
style, but they didn't
Because
do that.
it went from, like, it's serious to it's parody, back and forth, and you're like, I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck I'm supposed to think here.
yeah. Also, so the scene where he's like, he's following her, and then she goes to like the daycare center, and he's like, "That's my kid." It's also like, does he look exactly like you or something?
The fuck you know?
She jumped into bed,
I-
not to judge her,
that
or whatever, but like she jumped into bed with him after like 5
probably-
minutes of
she
conversation.
probably jumped in bed
so
with a bunch
yeah.
of
Oh, sir,
Yeah.
you're slut shaming?
No, I'm not.
God damn it.
I'm
You're
not.
the female. You're supposed to be the female perspective of this podcast.
I'm
wow.
not.
Wow.
All the more
But
power
also-
to her. But for him to just be like, "Hey,
But also, Ryan Reynolds, get your
see
dick
that?
checked.
That's my kid.
Well,
Well, I mean, you saw that kid's face. He did look a little like Ryan
Jeez.
Reynolds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
He looks so Canadian.
yeah, he looked. He's like, hey, what's it about?
He
Hey,
definitely looked like me. He would drink aviation gin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to say about
All the
this.
songs sucked in this movie. Every
Oh,
single-
oh my
there's not
God.
a song. Not one.
Well, they played Muse like 4 times.
And I love Muse, and I hate them now.
Yeah, I do too.
Like,
I'm
fuck
like,
you.
Fuck it. It was like a U2 moment for me where I'm like, I fucking hate this band right now. Because you did this. You did this to me.
I hate you
Yeah.
too.
You let this happen.
God, I don't know. I don't say they hijacked airwaves and like literally did every. I think it was literally just them trying to do every trope and cliche.
Every
they
single
could.
one.
And
Every
like-
single one.
And then just checking them all off. Just checking them
Yeah,
off.
no, like,
Checking them off.
oh, so in the
We need a big
elevator,
crane for this.
they
heist?
had the geisha lady, like, Blade Runner. I was like, oh, Blade Runner. Then they would just quote things from other movies. Like, he quoted The
Right,
Sixth
quote.
Sense. It's
Yeah.
like, what? So what?
And they go pop culture reference. Okay.
Yeah,
You're the
sure.
pop culture guy? Is that what your
Okay.
thing is
This world exists in our world, guys.
Yeah.
It's not.
Got it.
Yeah,
Great.
and that kid's name was the Skywalker. Really?
Skywalker Smack Talker, obviously.
Really,
He should have been played
like-
by Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
You can't teach that.
All right. Well,
I'm done with this fucking
I'm
movie.
done.
Burn the shit.
Yeah. it
Burn
was-
this to the ground.
Don't ever watch.
Bullshit. Don't watch this movie.
Guys,
It's
there are 2
garbage.
sex scenes in this movie. It's great. I don't want to hear it. Okay.
I don't
They're
remember any of them.
Really hot sex
I
scenes.
don't remember any of those sex
I'm
scenes.
invested in these
Terrible.
people. Totally.
I
Like,
mean,
if they would have blown them.
actually, if you
all
count
up.
the prostitution scene, there's 3 sex scenes.
I don't even remember that scene.
Yeah, that was the generals.
Oh yeah, I guess that is kind of a sex scene, right? Like
Yeah, it was probably
Yes.
the most sex of the sex scene because
Yeah.
one general was like going to
pumping
town
and then this headshot.
because he loved blowing people's fucking heads.
Oh my
He's
god.
really got
there's-
something against
you guys,
people's heads.
there's so much
He's Michael Bay.
ridiculous blood in this
He's Michael
movie.
Bay. He's Michael Bay. This is Michael Bay movie, guys.
So,
But still not as much blood as Midnight Meat Train.
I don't know. It's pretty close.
Do you think this is better or worse than Midnight Meat Train?
This is worse. Midnight Meat Train.
Was a great A movie compared to this? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Triple A property.
Yes,
You want to see Midnight Meat Train 2?
I would
The
watch
meat-
Midnight Meat Train 2 over this movie.
The meat-
How about Leslie Bibb was more interesting than both of the females
Yes,
in this
100%.
movie?
To Mike Chivas as well. Yeah.
I mean, he agrees. Yeah. All
He did,
right,
he did the Elmo thing. He's like,
you guys don't watch it. And you know what?
burn it.
Happy New Year.
Happy God.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying classy with us, guys. Jen and Jack.
I feel really good.
Bye,
Guys, I
everyone.
feel really good.
Burn it.